Dance as an art form is very well known, but dance as a therapy? Dance therapy is the grace and vigor of Indian classical and folk dance movements into an innovative holistic therapy. Dance therapy is psychotherapeutic process promoting the emotions and physical integration of a person. Dance therapy involves the synthesis of grace and vigor of Indian classical and folk dance movements into an innovative holistic therapy. It is psychotherapeutic process integrating emotions with physical movements and thereby curing the diseases. Dance therapy is a creative form of treatments rooted in the expressive nature of dance itself. Dance is the most fundamental art involving direct expressions of oneself. The body, mind, and the spirit are interconnected in dance. Dance movements are used as a psychotherapeutic process promoting the emotional and physical integration of a person. The grace and beauty of a dancer playing the role of Radha and Krishna are signs of a positive and optimistic outlook towards the life. Peacock dance blends the beauty of nature with enjoyment of life. Dance has been one of the most gracious medium of self-expression since times immemorial. And when this art form not only serves as a platform of entertainment but also relieves physical worries, it evolves as a dance therapy. Dance therapy is a creative and most fundamental of the arts involving a direct expression of one's body, mind, and the spirit. A dance movement set to music pleases and calms the nerves, and the dancer enjoys the workout because he or she gets involved in the dance and the meaning it conveys. Dance therapy is not just a series of movements, but is a choreographed story. It is the transformation of an art form into a source and tangible and practical therapeutic value to people. Dance as a therapy can do much more than entertainment. The gracious movements of the body in a dance form provide much relief to the performer than monotonous jogging or other exercises. The simple of movements or mudras stretches several nerves in the body, which in turn helps the metabolism. From head to toe, 8 parts of the body are involved in one posture of dance therapy. So the exercise is equally distributed. Dance therapy is very simple for those who are uninitiated to the performing arts. Dance is just not only for entertainment. It can also be an instrument which can do much more than entertainment. Dance therapy is designed to allow a person feel emotions. It brings out the inner feeling of participants, and this helps them to develop healthy personality. It has a joyful rhythm which invokes positive emotions and visualizations of the beauty of nature. Dance therapy can be a powerful tool for stress management and prevention of physical and mental health problems. Dance is free movement of the mind and the body in rhythm to music. Besides the limbs and the muscles, it stimulates internal organs also. Dance therapy creates most fundamental of the arts involving a direct expression of one's body, mind, and the spirit. The grace and beauty dance characters of Radha and Krishna is a sign of positive outlook is characterized. Dance therapy can prevent physical and mental health problems. It is the best geometrical display of anatomical proportionates. Dance therapy is the transformation of art forms into a source and tangible and practical therapeutic value to people. Dance as a therapy can do much more than entertaining. The gracious movements of the body in a dance provide much relief of the performer than the monotonous jogging or other exercises. the patient will enjoy what he is doing. Dance therapy movements, though they are simple but are strong in results. Dance therapy is also being used as a communication technique among children who are mentally challenged. Dance therapy movements give a person comprehensive exercise to all muscles and joints and also stimulates internal organs. The simplest of movements or mudras exercise several nerves in the body, which in turn helps the metabolism of other forms of exercise lead to exertion and longer metabolism time. Whereas dance therapy reduces the metabolism time to mere 20 minutes without exertion. From head to toe, 8 parts of the body are involved in one posture in dance therapy. So the exercise is equally distributed. Dance therapy is in very simple style for all those who are uninitiated to this performing art. Music and graceful movements of dance therapy takes the boredom out of the exercise. Dance therapy is soothing rhythmic routine which involves positive emotions and visualizations of the beauty of nature. Dance therapy sessions are entertaining without too technical and takes boredom out of monotonous exercise. Dance therapy keeps a person slim and trim. The movements are not only aimed at increasing the flexibility and strengthening the body, but also in soothing nerves and relaxing the mind. The abstract idea. Dance provides an active, non-competitive form of exercise that has potential positive effects for physical health as well as mental and emotional well-being. Dance therapy is based on the idea that body and mind are correlational. The therapeutic approaches, which various forms of Indian dance, are a new entrant to dance literature. Ayurveda held dance as a power of healing, therapy, and inner awareness, psychology. Indian philosophy also supports the facts of Sangeet, song, dance, and music, for benefit of human health physically as well as mentally. The powerful dance from the Bhangra from Punjab, Karagam from Tamil Nadu, Chow, Raibesi, Dhali from West Bengal gives good health and strength. The fast foot work of Kathak dance helps to release anger and tension. Manipuri dancers make rounded movements and avoid any jerks, sharp edges, or straight lines. It gives them undulating and soft appearance, proper body control, and peace of mind. All these body movements, body balancing, expression, muscle movements, muscle constructions, and relaxation have a strong effect on therapeutic movements. In India today, the dance therapies are conscious about the matter, and in therapeutic sessions, they actually improvise different dance movements according to the need. Dance in daily life. The children bring elements of rhythm and movements into the homes. Humming a song and rhythmically beating one hand over the other or on the knees is very common with them. Children stand before the mirror and carefully see the anatomy of each part of the body. Parents encourage the children to learn dance because, in their own words, it teaches erect posture and makes common daily activities controlled, polished, and graceful. A child who has learned dance, even for a short period of time, is distinguished by the style of, say, turning the head, positioning out of somebody, or bending down to pick up something. Dancers say that the dance rejuvenates the personal energy and that they are able to accomplish strenuous feats with much ease. The dance conveys cultural information and also expresses, embellishes, and reinforces it. When a dancer enacts, for instance, a woman walking to a well and drawing water from it, she first imagines, recapitulates the movement, and only then stylizes it in a dance. Social experience constrains the way in which the physical body is rhythmically manipulated in space and time. Stylization of physical body in turn influences social experience. Dance refines mundane activities like walking, talking, feeling, and clothing as formalized rhythmic steps combined with appropriate facial expressions and gestures. The education acquires by girls through dance helps them later in life. The opportunities to interact and socialize provides in dance classes prepares them, among others, for marriage, so sociability is valued in women. Dance is also yajna, a dedicated offering of the best that one has to the best that one seeks. The language employed by the performer for this purpose is symbolic rather than realistic, revealing the truth and beauty of life by suggestions. The problem the artist is to convey this experience through sound, word, gesture, movement, symbols, and dynamic images to the audience. The spectators have to be trained to understand the symbols before communication takes place. The dance provides manifestation of abstract principles of life philosophy and worldview by which mundane life lives. Towards harmony and poise. In the ancient Indian thought, the untrained mind is described as chanchal or inherently volatile and restless. It remains engaged in the trivia of sensory material world, which is but the maya or illusionary play of the cosmic being. The involvement and the attachment to the outer world, ignoring the deeper level of consciousness and truth, makes it prone to apprehensions, stresses, fears, anxieties, and aversions. The fluctuation of the mind, diversity through the indriyas, or the sense of instincts. The basic instincts, drives, and emotions, all crammed up in the mind, constitute the central component of the motivation to respond and react on one hand and perform mundane movements of body on the other. When the mind is calm and is poised, in the heartbeat, breath, and even the walk of the person is rhythmic, symmetrical, while in anger, the pressure of blood rises, breathing becomes faster, movements are jerky. In despair, both the mind and the body are restrained and feel sunk. Evidently, the mind and the body operate as a unit in integration with each other. Dance or movement therapy overview. Dance movement therapy is an approach to healing that has become an increasingly useful way of working with people of all ages who cannot express themselves verbally, have problems that are manifested somatically, that is, eating disorders, have been abused, struggle with emotions, have difficulty coping with the relationship, find themselves in creative blocks, or are trapped in situations that seem unspeakable. Dance movement therapy, that is DMT, is growing internationally as an alternative, creative approach to counseling, psychosocial rehabilitation, self-expression, and empowerment. Without any dialogue, movement serves as a means for inspiring people to open up and share their stories and embody their true emotions. Though the organization Kolkata Samved, the historic therapy is used to reach out to community populations who are vulnerable and underprivileged, to provide them with a method for coping to help them rediscover their physical autonomy and voice. Through workshops and classes in the community, Samved is able to reach people from a wide range of background, including victims of violence and trafficking, street and platform children, and risk youth living red light areas and slums, people facing mental illness, and people living with HIV or AIDS. Living in these circumstances, often makes it difficult to relate to one's body, spirit, and mind in a positive way. Instead, it becomes more common to see the body as a shameful means of labor and mechanical source of income generation, or worse still, as a commodity that does not belong to them but to the highest bidder. Survivors of trauma and violence often have an aversion to their bodies and acquire an inhabitation that blocks self expression, movement freedom, and spontaneity. Kolkata Samved tailors its programs development to directly relate to these specific needs within the community, and the basic framework curriculum entitled Sampurnata, that is fulfillment, places its main focus on the participatory learning process. The approach values creativity as more important than technique and empathy as more necessary than sympathy. It explores what the body can do rather than stressing what it cannot do, and confidentiality and trust. The personalized program allows for the development of a safe environment for all participants, socially, emotionally, and physically. Breaking through barriers of traditional counseling and therapy, we have been able to use movement and dance to enable individuals who came out of abusive historics such as these to reclaim their bodies and cultivate positive self-perceptions through a newfound source of peace and confidence. Modern approaches to dance or movement therapy began in the United States and are now being used throughout the world. People have begun to understand that expressive dance, the creative soup of both natural and formal elements of dancer, is 1. Inherently healing, and that 2. Neuroscience can explain what dance or movement therapists have known for decades. With India being such an important player on the international stage, it is essential that students learn how dance or movement therapy and the growing science of the brain can have a positive effect on mental health in India. Course objective of dance and movement therapy. It will help the students understand and discuss the basic assumption of dance and movement therapy. It enables the students to compare and contrast 5 approaches to dance or movement therapy. To apply the above knowledge to improvisation and experimental exercises. Enable the students to identify the differences and similarities between the dance and dance movement therapy. Help the students compare and contrast the differences and similarities among dance movement therapy, dance education, and dance as recreation. Introduce a vocabulary list of new words with a focus on language that can be applied to movements, observations, and analysis. Enable the students to apply the above to identify at least 5 nonverbal phenomena that characterize his or her movement repertoire. Support the students building of a music library for dance or movement therapy comprised of at least 20 selections. Teaching methodology of dance and movement therapy. Interactive class discussions regarding new concepts. Improvisation and creative dance to embody pioneers varying approaches and constructs basic to dance and movement therapy. Analysis of assigned research articles and videos to enhance reading from texts and lectures. Maintenance of journals to record responses of the readings, discussions, and in-class experiences. Additional written assignments to integrate theory and practice. And evaluation are conducted throughout the semester to appraise students' outcome. About dance therapy. Dance therapy or dance movement therapy is the psychotherapeutic use of movements and dance for emotional, cognitive, social, behavioral, and physical conditions. As a part of expressive therapy, dance movement therapy is founded on the basis that movement and motions are directly related. The ultimate purpose of dance movement therapy is to find a healthy balance and sense of wholeness. Dance as a therapy came into existence as a marriage of sorts between modern dance and psychology. It was pioneered by Marian Chance and Mary Whitehouse, who started dance therapy in 1930 and 1950 on the East Coast and West Coast respectively. Other three prime sources in the development of dance therapy in America includes Trudy School, Improvisational Development Touch, Legion Espenac, that is European training integrated into Adlerian depth of psychotherapy, and Rudolf Laban, Observations and Notation System. When the American Dance Therapy Association, that is ADTA, was founded in 1966, dance therapy gained professional recognition. And the work of Laban even brought science into dance therapy. Definition. According to definition of ADTA, dance movement therapy is focused on movement behavior as it emerges in the therapeutic relationship. Expressive, communicative and adaptive behaviors are also considered for group and individual treatment. Body movement as the core component of dance simultaneously provides the means of assessment and the mode of intervention for dance or movement therapy. It is practiced in mental health, rehabilitation, medical, educational and forensic settings, and in nursing homes, daycare centers, disease prevention, health promotion programs, and in private practices. It is effective for individuals with developments, medical, social, physical and psychological impairments. Is used with people for ages, races, ethnic backgrounds in individual, couples, family and group therapy formats. Organization. American Dance Therapy Association, ADTA. The American Dance Therapy Association was founded in 1966 as an organization to support the emerging profession of dance, movement therapy, and is the only US organization dedicated to the profession of dance or movement therapy. ADTA has evolved into the biggest professional organization for dance therapy and has more than 1,400 members in 48 states and US territories and 30 countries. ADTA sets stringent standards for practice, education, experience and continuing education for professional dance or movement therapists. ADTA has its own journal, the American Journal of Dance Therapy, published by Springer. To become a professional dance therapist requires stringent training. In US and Europe, it usually takes 2 to 3 years postgraduate education at the university, together with sufficient hours of internship under supervision. There are only around 15 graduate programs in the world where you can study dance therapy at academic level. In US, these are called approved graduate programs. A second opinion is so-called alternate route. ADTA has set a guideline of dance therapy training and education in US. Dance or movement therapy graduates programs educate students in the content areas of psychological theory, human development, multicultural perspectives, group process, behavioral research, psychopathology, psychodiagnosis and assessment skills, DMT theory, expressive and communicative aspects of verbal and non-verbal behavior, movement observations and analysis, human anatomy, kinesiology and basic neuroscience and clinical application of DMT with individuals, families, groups. Programs also require and provide at least 700 years of supervised clinical field work and internship. Alternate route is a self-directed program of training which requires having or acquiring a master's degree or higher from an accredited institute of higher learning, plus general training, specific dance movement therapy coursework, field work, and the internship. It is important for the students to receive systematic course training in both theory and skills, as well as sufficient supervision by the qualified therapist during their internship. In US, only BCDMT can supervise students according to the ADTA guideline. In China, Inspires has first introduced ADTA professional DMT program into the country. All our courses are designed according to the guidelines of ADTA alternate route to ensure the quality of the training. We are the only institution in China which provides ADTA alternate route training which lasts about 3 years. Only committed and qualified students are accepted into our program after evaluation and interview. Credentials. There are 2 levels of credentials for dance or movement therapists. The registered dance movement therapist, that is RDMT, represents attainment of a basic level of competence, signifying both the first level of entry into professional and the individual preparedness for employment as a dance movement therapist within a clinical and educational setting. This requires 700 hours of internship. The board certified dance movement therapist, that is BCDMT, credential can be obtained after the RDMT is awarded with additional requirement and experience. BCDMT is the advanced level of dance or movement therapy practice, signifying both the second level of competence for the profession and the individual preparedness to provide training and supervision in dance and movement therapy, as well as engage in private practice. This requires 3,640 hours of internship. Either credentials are required in order to practice in US. Besides RDMT and BCDMT are also the important reference credentials considered by other countries in the world. One example is ADMT, that is Dance Therapy Association in UK, and ADTA registry, as there is a reciprocity between the two. The difference in requirements will not impact the work opportunities for the dance therapist in each other's country. Technique of dance therapy. Your purpose of dancing will be personal. As you dance, memories and emotions and ideas will be triggered. Dance therapy has broader goals integrating physiology, psychology, and sociology. Such therapy gives meaning to movements through the development of images, encourages emotional responses, and processing of both positive and negative responses, facilitates and supports social interactions. Dance therapy involves a whole gamut of empathetic movements developed by the pioneer dance therapist, Maria Chase. Therapists do not come to a session with a preconceived plan of activities, but rely on verbal and non-verbal cues for the group. Suggestions rather than commands characterize this approach so that the therapist serves as a catalyst and not a teacher. Some dance therapy techniques. Circles. A wide formation contributes to the feeling of group unity and increases opportunity for eye contact. Because everyone is visible, even those with hearing difficulties are able to participate by following others. Visually impaired individuals can be seated next to the therapist. Although participants may over into other special formations such as lines and spirals or scatter around the room, the circle is desirable for beginning and ending groups. It is particularly important for physically challenged and disoriented people as it facilitates touch and communication. Music with clear rhythmic beats allows the music tap into your natural inclination to respond to the rhythm. Let there be variety, perhaps some jazz, blues, rocks, Indian classical, folk melodies, or even wacky African beats. Most dance therapy sessions are vocal. The movers make sounds while moving, a hum, ha, and we. These sounds stimulate breathing, circulation, and central body movement. Any sound that a personal group offers can be incorporated. Props. To stimulate activity and interaction, certain props such as balls, colored scarves, various lengths of material are particularly used. These objects can be used to motivate movements such as squeezing, punching, tugging, and throwing. How it works? Dance therapy works as each person develops movements subjectively and individually. There is no right or wrong move. The sessions are not structured. Change in movement is communicated physically, not verbally. It is all extempore. The sessions leave her energized as the day emotions are purged. There is a direct connect between the mind and the body. If participants are angry or depressed, it reflects in their movement. As a therapist, Dilshad says, I have to work with their movements without reflecting my own emotions. Not very different from psychotherapist, Dilshad trained at the Harkness Dance Center and Garth Fagan Dance School in New York, works by analyzing a participant's movements, mirroring them, and then altering them to bring about a deeper change without verbal communication. We do exercises such as embodiment of concept, says the 30-year-old who has trained in Bharatanatyam and Jazz ballet too.